So the way that I would expect you to do this is that you are making observations. There's a lot going on in the painting, and you include that in the column for the evidence from the source. The outside information could be anything that you've taken from your reading notes or any other background information that you have that pertains to this particular topic. And then your inference conclusion, that's where you're kind of coming together to make the two connect. Your source plus your outside information, what can this overall tell you? I'm going to break you out into groups today. So you are going to be getting into breakout groups. Should be about 3 per group. I'll give you about 15 minutes to work through this in your groups. Don't be alarmed. I will be popping in to the groups just to check in, see how you're doing, let you know about time when I need to. And you should be able to get to 3 to 4 complete rows, all right? You should be able to make that a minimum, that many observations. If you have any questions, hit me up in the chat. I'm going to go to the breakout rooms here and break you out. Like I said, you have about 15 minutes to work on it. And I know you joined us a little late. Are you
I'm good. Yeah.
good? Got the right spot?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's Mr. Wheeler. I'm just checking in to see how you guys are doing.
We've got our first one.
Okay. Okay. Good. All right. I'm just checking in on everybody. Keep working.
Build their little settlements. So I think that yeah, I think that's just what it shows.
And like you can see a Spaniard on the on his horse, like they're just calling orders, and there's also like a priest in front of them holding a cross.
Yeah. And I think one of the Spanish commanders has a whip in his hand.
Yeah.
How they use like force to demand the slaves to do the work.
Sounds like you guys are doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Good.
Natives because they're like hanging from the trees, dead, and stuff like that, and they're being whipped.
Yeah.
So you can say something like that.
And it looks like in like the front corner, like I don't know what they're doing, but it looks like they're doing something to a slave.
Are you Carly? Are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
Left corner. This is Mr. Wheeler.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's they're branding him. You know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good observation. All right. Sounds like you guys are doing okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
For the outside information for the animals, what could we put there? I see some animals laying on.
It's Mr. Wheeler. Just checking in to see if you're doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mr. Wheeler, just checking in to see if you guys are doing all right.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Good. How many rows do you have complete so far?
5.
5?
Mhm.
5.
Okay. Great. We'll probably pull back together in roughly about 5 minutes, right?
Okay.
Hey, it's Mr. Wheeler. I'm just checking in to see how everyone's doing. We're doing all right?
Yeah, you said we have to get
Yeah.
around like 4 rows done, right?
Yeah, I think with the time that you should be able to get at least 4, you guys close to that?
Yeah, we're at 4.
Okay. Yeah, you're good on time. We'll probably pull back here in about 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we should all be back at this point here. And what I'd like to do for just about a 5-minute share out is to hear from some people in the various groups. And if you will, just take us through your row. What was the evidence from the source, the outside information, and then what inference or conclusion did you make? So let me start with Chloe, your group. Go ahead and take us through.
Okay, so we talked about a lot of things, but the main thing that we talked about, which I'm sure other groups talked about too, but the slaves in the background. And so we said that outside info of that would be that in the reading it talked about how Europeans had a need for labor, and so they used them and they enslaved them and used them for labor. And so our inference is that they forced slave labor for natives and they forced them to cut down trees and all that stuff.
Great connection, and definitely something that we'll be continuing to talk about with regards to the whole slavery aspect once we move forward into colonial America. Carly, how about you? Take us through something different for your group.
One thing that we mentioned is that they tried to spread Christianity to the natives because there was like a big cross on the left side.
Good.
And the outside information I use is that like one of Christopher Columbus's Isabella, like and Ferdinand, like one of their main goals to like let Christopher Columbus go was to like spread Christianity in the New World. And then my like conclusion was the Europeans tried to spread Christianity throughout the colonies to expand the Roman Catholic Church.
Perfect. So hitting on one of those 3 G's that becomes so commonplace during this time period, the God aspect or the Christianizing of the natives. Let's go to Jack. Why don't you take us through something from your group?
We saw that they were cutting down trees in the background. We knew that they needed food for all the people that have. So we thought they were cutting down the trees to clear for farming.
Okay, I didn't hear. What was your outside information there?
Oh, we knew that there was not a lot of land, or they didn't have enough land for farming, so they had to clear some room for farming because they had a lot of people.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, Henry, how about hear from you?
We said that the image includes a large number of livestock, and we know from prior information that cows and pigs are not native to the Americas. So we can include that the cows and pigs were brought by the Spanish in the process of colonization through the Columbian Exchange.
Great. Yeah, and I like the fact that you pulled in that term, the Columbian Exchange there, something that is definitely a huge component during this time period. So I'm sure there are many other very good observations. I liked what I was hearing when I was popping in on the various groups, but I want to be able to get to the next item on our agenda, which is the reading quiz for chapter 1. So I'll direct you there here in just a moment, but I want to provide some clarification before we get started. So I will, in a moment, put you in with a partner. You can work on the quiz with your partner. You may use your reading notes. It is open notes, and you also have the benefit of working with a partner. That being said, everyone needs to submit a quiz. So it's not just one per partner. Everyone needs to submit. You may notice in Canvas, don't be alarmed if you thought you got something right on the fill in the blank and it's counting it wrong. That's because it will count it wrong in the event that it's not spelled exactly correct. Don't worry, I'll be going back to look over it. I don't count off for spelling. Lastly, it's password protected. I will put that password into the chat for everyone here right now. So you should see this popping up in the chat, and you can refer back there if you need it. You got about 20 minutes to complete the quiz. I'm going to go ahead and populate the breakouts here for the partners. If you have a question, send it to me in the chat. Should be populating here into the various partners. You can start once you're with your partner.